thanks for tuning in. Well, it's that time again, isn't it? Film review. And the film I'm going to review today for you is probably the oldest film I have in my collection. This film is actually 78 years old. Imagine having a film as old as that. Give you the clue, right? Oh, God, it weighs a bloody ton, this. Look at that, look at that, look at that. This would make a great murder weapon, this. Right, there's a clue for you. Actually, it's not the Maltese Falcon starring Humphrey Bogart. This is just a red herring. Sorry about that. But nevertheless, produced and directed by Merian C. Cooper and Ernest B. Schoedzak. Why can't these fucking directors have proper names? From a story by Edgar Wallace and Merian C. Cooper. Made in 1933, right? Starring, you'll get it now, starring Fairy, yep, you've got it already, haven't you? Robert Armstrong and Bruce Cabot, or Cabot. King Kong. Ho 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 ho. It's a classic, that. This is the proper uncut one as well. Actually shows you them eating men. Oh, it always makes me laugh, this film. It's not a comedy, but it is. It's just the acting in it. Well, these old American films, you know, they stood that far apart and they're shouting at each other in a normal conversation, you know what I mean? You know, there's been two remakes of this, which don't match up to this one in my opinion. I mean, you had the one in 1976, didn't you? Directed by John Guillemin or something. These bloody directors' names, like. And then you had the one in 2005, directed by Peter Jackson, which, you know, great effects in it, great special effects, but it didn't have any atmosphere, didn't have any tension or anything, did it? You know what I mean? And the 1976 one, you can clearly tell it's a man in a suit. How many gorillas do you know that walk upright? Left, right, left, right, left, right. Attention! Be the best. But this one is for its time, it's absolutely fantastic. I mean, the effects in it was stop motion animation, because super animation wasn't around then. I think that come around in the 50s. I could be wrong, but Dibber will correct me if I'm wrong, he always does. Anyway, yeah, and I mean, when you see the monster's face close up, it's real. You can tell it's not, it's probably a bloke in a mask or something. But when you see the whole creature, it's like stop animation, you know what I mean? And also, which is remarkable, is I know these days when you see a film set in New York, oh, there's a drunken bum again. He always staggers home every same time, every 5 o'clock every day, with 2 carrier bags full of Carlsberg Special Brew. Yeah, what's remarkable about this, when you see the New York skyline, you don't see the World Trade Center, because obviously they weren't around then. They weren't completed till 1973, I think. And also, it's not in the Peter Jackson one. Well, obviously not, because that's set in the 30s, that one. But the 1976 one, King Kong actually climbs to the top of the World Trade Center. And this is daft as well in that version. That's the one with Jeff Bridges and who played the damsel in distress. It was, oh God, what's her name? Jessica Lange. It actually leaps from one tower to the next. You couldn't do that. Even if you are a 20-foot gorilla. The Twin Towers aren't next to each other. They're not just a few yards away. Anyway, I'm reviewing this film. The New York skyline. There's only a few very tall buildings. The Chrysler Building's still there, and obviously Empire State's still there. And but nowadays, New York, Christ Almighty, it's from a distance it looks like a load of giant syringes sticking into the air, doesn't it? But anyway, directed in 1933, and this is includes theatrical trailer for Peter Jackson's King Kong. What the bloody hell's a trailer for that film doing on this? I've never noticed that before. Well, this is the best one out of them three, you know what I mean? Because the 1976 one, with Jeff Bridges, blah de blah, I went to the pictures to see that. I mean, my brother used to go a lot. Oh yes, I'm an old git. If I used to go to the pictures in the mid-70s. Seen Jaws when it come out. Tower Inferno in 1974, I seen that when it come out. But when one the week, right, King Kong was on, and Grizzly was on another screen. Remember Grizzly? Basically a Jaws rip-off, and it's about a giant grizzly bear haunting, parading around, killing people in this friggin' national park and that blah-de-blah. And I says, and he says to me, he says, do you want to see King Kong? Do you want to see Grizzly? I says, Grizzly. So we're seeing Grizzly, and the next week we come back, and then we watched King Kong. Like I say, this one's the best. The Empire State Building was the tallest building in the world at the time. Now it's dwarfed by friggin' skyscrapers, isn't it? Anyway, hammerheads. Ho 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 ho. King Kong. See you later, hammerheads.